Hey guys, it's Kat here. We're gonna immediately just get right into the Skeleton Crew Season 1 finale, Episode 8. I'm fresh off of watching Episode 7 because I've been so behind. So here we go. Jod is enemy number 1. He's officially evil. I see no redemption at all for him. If anything, I think he's gonna get it. I think whoever the supervisor of this freaking planet is, I just need answers about and specifically who the supervisor is. I'm a little bit, I'm everything I've ever thought and believed about, this planet. My own personal conspiracy was that there's nothing good going on here. I think everything about this planet, it's been hidden, perhaps for its own sake, sure, because they're hoarding all of this wealth, but for what? Whoever the supervisor is, I hope we meet them, but this is the final episode, so I'm gonna just, end rant. We're gonna just get right into it because I can't freaking wait. What is the purpose? The parents are all in on this and they're just complacent about it. I'm gonna just shut up and watch. Okay, we're just gonna get in. Here we go. Oh, I am gonna miss this intro song. It's over. What the? I'm gonna miss this intro.
Emissary, how can we thank you?
Wait, they legitimately believe that he's an emissary?
No, at your service.
Are they in any trouble?
I'm afraid they are.
I take full responsibility. Thank you again.
Confine them to their quarters and report back to me on their behavior.
Yes, emissary.
I got to see firsthand just how troublesome they could be.
They were way too troublesome.
Perhaps young Fern here would like to accompany me to meet the supervisor.
Can we? So he just flashed a lightsaber like it was nothing in front of them and none of the parents point an eye. They straight up assume that he's the emissary. So what the frick? Are there emissaries normally wielding lightsabers? What's going on? At least we'll finally just meet the supervisor. My gosh.
Nothing like a home-cooked meal. Of course, I'm going to have to talk to the proctor so you can take assessment.
It doesn't matter anymore.
You didn't learn your lesson from your little space joyride? You think I didn't want to just take off and meet a Jedi? And
He's not even a... I saw places out there that made me get how good home is. There are certain people who want to ruin it.
Well, that's what the supervisor's for.
Oh my god, so he's just fully in it. Like, is the supervisor the one doing the brainwashing, or are they equally brainwashed? I'm gonna shut up. What the frick? What? What the frick?
You see, the supervisor so rarely grants an audience.
Is that Undersecretary Farah I see? One of my most dedicated citizens.
You're ruled by a droid?
As decreed by the great work.
I am Jod Nanawa, emissary for the Republic and Jedi.
My outside galaxy is so dangerously unstable. The last message from the Republic stated that all Jedi were traitors. So, which are you lying about? Being an emissary or a Jedi?
Okay, droid.
He's a pervert trying to invade the Mint!
As I suspected. What are you doing?
Well,
Fern, bring your mummy up to speed.
what whole planet is, okay. Does this mean now that everyone can actually move to a functioning society outside of this place and they don't have to be trapped here?
How do I bring my other ship through the barrier? Barrier override.
No, this will destroy the barrier. It's essential to our survival.
I don't want to destroy anything. I just want to land my ship. Never see us again. No one will get hurt.
He's lying. He's gonna stay, and he's gonna...
I'll show you.
Good.
This is escalated more than I thought. I'm shocked that the supervisor was just a droid. Oh god. Everyone has been so sheltered on this planet, they're probably like, Oh god. Oh, so the game plan literally was to take over the whole planet.
No one knows what's going on but us! We have to save our dad! Yes! Hoverback sword! John must have done something to the supervisor. So we have to call for help. On the hotel planet, the X-Wings chase the pirates away. And Kim, and call her for help. Call the real good guys and beat the pirates. But we gotta hurry. Okay, let's do this.
No, win.
Oh no, here they come.
I just really... this I never would have predicted. The fact that the pirates actually made it here.
Dad, come on.
No!
Just keep going.
Oh god, roll! Get out of there!
So many pirates. Be careful.
Like, the fact that they have to lock in and save their planet, and they went from being the most uninformed ones, like, what?
You kids know how to fly this thing?
Oh my god.
We gotta restore power. How do we do that?
The supervisor's tower.
Can you turn them on?
You are talking to a level 7 systems coordinator. Get the bike.
Lock in.
The barrier was supposed to protect you from this. It was supposed to keep you safe from the galaxy.
Yeah, the galaxy's scary and dangerous. Even in the worst places, there are good people too. People that can help us. If we can get one of their blasters, we can stun Jordan and
He'll shoot you.
that's why you need to create a distraction.
You two, stop scheming. Citizens of Ad-Aden, you all now work for me.
How he has fallen, y'all! Or perhaps he never fell. He was always... the red flags were there. I feel like just the human nature and us all wanted to believe otherwise.
I called the X-Wings. It's over.
I thought the barrier jammed all communication.
Not if you have the crystal of the founders that we discovered guarded by an ancient warrior. I'm just giving you a chance to surrender now, because the whole entire Jedi army is on their way.
The Jedi are all dead.
He's been working with the Jedi and trapped you.
Turns?
If you... I can't believe that worked. Oh, I have a little help.
Let's go! I knew they'd find a way to resurrect him. Okay, Neil with the artillery? Oh god.
Children, you think you can send your ship out for help? You don't know what you've done!
Kim, do you read me?
You found your way back to Atat?
Yes, I'm sending you the coordinates.
I'll contact the New Republic. They're the greatest pirate busters in the galaxy.
They're gonna have to find some way to get through the barrier that's hiding our planet.
Oh. Oh!
The message through. I'm hit. I'm going down.
Baby, are you all right?
Yeah, Mom.
You can fix anything, sweetie.
You've got this.
No, I think she made it. She made it.
Didn't need to be like this.
God, he's just off the rails.
Tell your son to step away.
You're no Jedi. The real good guys are coming.
They're good guys. No one's coming to save you, boy!
When I was your age, all I cared about was not starving. And a Jedi found me. She told me I had potential. She only taught me a little before they hunted her down. And they made me watch whilst they killed her. I'll kill who I need to kill.
Trained by one post-Order 66.
You can all carry on exactly as you were before, crafting the one thing that means something in this galaxy.
Incredible.
Okay, him didn't accidentally light it on his foot this time. Time to clean this place up. Oh. Oh.
Did we win?
I knew they wouldn't.
Yep. One of my battle landings, that is.
You did it, 33!
I'm so glad they revived him.
Get out from under that thing!
Hey, Wim! Looks like you don't have to take assessment anymore.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. Oh, I love this outro sequence. That was so much more than I thought it was going to be. Escalated to, I never would have imagined this would end up with Jod becoming the big bad and literally trying to overtake the entirety of the planet. I still am admittedly in a little state of shock that they were so easily overtaken by him. I'm fixating so much, you know, the entirety of what was going on here, the secrecy of Atin and whether or not, you know, the mystery of whether the adults were in on it, the civilians here, the people contributing to the great work, which I guess we know now is just production of all of these mass credits, but for what and who? I'm just so curious of what the aftermath of this is. You know, I'm fixating on that because they planted obviously this is a really interesting, the whole premise here of Atin, which I formerly believed was dystopian. In a way, I still stand by that the children are essentially, you know, programmed and assessed and then just put into their rightful spot within society just to contribute to all of this. But as the parents were saying to the kids, they were like, you know, for safety reasons, like they couldn't even give their own children the coordinates to get back to the planet. Is it because they knew that something like this would happen, that they would just be attacked and invaded and ransacked because they're hoarding all of these credits? But for who? Obviously, this escalated to so much more than I thought it would. And I feel like that mystery of Atin and the fact that it was unreachable, you know, erased off of the map, you know, the kind of sinister questions of what is happening on the planet. Why is everybody there brainwashed? Are their parents all in on it and whatnot? You know, the whole society there, the great work. That was such an unexpected part of this show that I really went into this all thinking it was going to just be kids, you know, wreaking havoc in space with no chaperone until Jude Law comes into play, which, I mean, talk about standout highlight of this show, the character development, just the writing for him, the construction of that character, which it is really interesting that he was framed to kind of fill this void as the hero through that lens of, you know, the childlike admiration from Wim's perspective, especially for Wim in particular, to see Jod, you know, as this heroic figure of all of his dreams and fantasies and fairy tales and whatnot. And even though everybody else is kind of roasting him about it and saying those are just fairy tales, you know, he chooses to believe. And of course, you know, Jod weaponized that from the start with the kids, the allure of being a Jedi, and now we know the full scope that, you know, he wasn't exactly part of the Jedi Order, but rather raised by a Jedi post-Order 66 until she was found. The fact that they let him go, that he wasn't also eliminated. I'm assuming it was Inquisitors who found his master, or whoever she was who was training him, but the fact that he was able to escape, that's very interesting. But his character in general, to go from, you know, being this suspect hero, I guess the entire time, you can never really trust him from the start. As soon as he's introduced, you're going back and forth, you know, questioning whether he's legit or not, whether he can be trusted, and if he's actually going to take on this paternal role for the kids. You know, I originally predicted this arc for him that would start with him, you know, kind of just using them as leverage in order to get back to Atten, and then along the way, he might have, you know, developed some sort of, you know, paternal care for them and had a change of heart and whatnot, and really would have actually been helping him out of the goodness of his heart. I thought that was going to be the initial transformation for him, but no, it went the complete different direction. And it's just so funny. I mean, I guess I feel a little bit stupid because, you know, every part of me was fighting every red flag that was thrown in our face of like, don't trust this guy. You know, at first it felt almost like not too obvious in a sense, but it was just like everywhere you turn, everyone is telling you not to trust this man and all of his false identities and whatnot. Yet for me, at least, I kept clinging to like, well, maybe, you know, maybe part of him is in this for something good to actually help these kids. I was just clinging to some little sliver of hope, but they continued to be like, nope, we gave you every warning in the book, and you still wanted to believe that this guy could actually be a hero, or that maybe he was a real Jedi or something, just a very jaded Jedi who took up the pirate's way of life. But nope, we sent it and he became fully unhinged. He gets away, and you know what? That is very interesting. Not exactly what I predicted was going to happen. I thought he was maybe going to meet his match with the supervisor, but turned out to be the other way around. But, you know, Captain always goes down with his ship, and that wasn't the case here. But so who knows? Perhaps he does still smuggle some and still get out. I don't know, but I like that they left it ambiguous. Yeah, for the pirate's life, you do think Captain always goes down with the ship, but what happens when he's not on board and he's just watching the rest of his crew tumble into the ground? And that was kind of the whole message for his character anyway. He was dodgy. He has no allegiances to anyone, you know, but himself. So I like that they left it a little bit open-ended, just curious, you know, what could be next for him, assuming, you know, that he evades, you know, capture from the New Republic and whatnot. But he had that kind of mischievous smirk on his face, so we'll see. Oh yeah, from where this started to where this ends, and you go from the recognition and fear of like, oh my god, these kids are so sheltered and they've never seen the outside world. They have no concept of the outside world, and they've been brainwashed their entire lives and have zero street smarts or common sense and think Jedi are still walking the planet. Like, to go from that to they're the ones who save their whole entire planet, like, it is interesting that, you know, they opened it from Wim's perspective of idolizing the Jedi to then that all kind of obviously comes crashing down, but he's still able to recognize heroes in other places, but also in himself. Where this poises all of them to be saved by the New Republic and, I don't know, reintegrated into the rest of the galaxy, like caught up to speed, I don't know. Like, this just escalated into so much more than I thought that it was going to be. This finale here, my goodness. And of course with Jod's character, you know, I love that they weren't afraid to introduce Jod as a character who is seemingly, supposedly a surviving Jedi, which are usually some of the most intriguing, you know, characters, only to then, you know, totally watch him descend into the complete opposite of what you want him to be. I love that they were not afraid, like, I think that's bold, and I love that they weren't afraid to totally just send it and have him go completely off his rocker and just be totally unhinged. In hindsight, it's interesting. I would love to go back and just rewatch all of this again, his behavior from the start, his interactions with the kids, because he really just boils over. All of his just facade, the mask that he was wearing to just appease them, is completely gone. So I'd be so curious to go back and watch like his microaggressions with the kids, because yes, there were clues, there were all these hints there, but there was still enough of his, I don't know, a little bit of his humanity coming through. I don't know, maybe it's because you're just grasping for them to have some hero to help them navigate this harsh, cold galaxy. And so you want him to be good so badly, so desperately. You want to cling to like that he could be a real Jedi with real Jedi morals beneath this pirate facade. And so the fact that they completely sent it, other direction, I love that. I'm glad that they weren't afraid to do that and send it. Well, we did it, folks. We just binged the entire second half of Skeleton Crew, and I've got to say, as much as I dislike being so behind and backlogged and whatnot, and not being able to engage online on Twitter and see what other people are saying, be up to date live while the episodes are airing, I can't deny it's really fun. It's a luxury to be able to just watch them all at once and binge them. Thank you guys so much for sticking through if you're even still watching these, because I know these are so behind. But for those of you who I know have been waiting for these reactions, thanks for sticking with me and being patient throughout the holidays, and of course, once again, everything going on in Los Angeles right now while my productivity has just tanked. Let me know what you guys think of Skeleton Crew as a whole. I feel like I still need to sit on it and process a lot of this, because this escalated into a direction I didn't think that it was going to go, and I had so many of my own personal theories. Admittedly, I would have loved to see some more of what the frick was going on at Atten, because it did feel so sinister. But overall, I really did enjoy. The show had a lot of lighthearted energy, but it also delved into some really deep things. So much more to this than just the kids running amok in space with no idea what to do. But I love that they, all came into their own strength and their own smarts, in spite of having been on this, brainwashed, sheltered planet their whole lives. They were able to transcend that to become the heroes. So let me know what you guys think of Skeleton Crew. Thank you so much for watching, in spite of the very, very late nature of my reactions, but I do hope you guys enjoyed them in hindsight. I hope you guys are doing so well. May the force be with you guys always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.